4 and 3 and 2 and 1. When I'm on the mic, what? The suckers run.
It's fun.
30, 97 seconds, Bays Boys podcast.
We're here today to make a difference in your life.
And guess what? This is Joe Skelly, and I'm live. This isn't some AI bullshit that Tyler keeps talking about. I'm back. I'm stronger than ever.
Yes, that's what I told him to say. I mean, he said.
Aha.
We're not tricking you at all.
Not at all. So,
give him the scoop.
Recent podcast updates. Our home base exploded. Almost burnt down the podcast studio.
Yeah.
So, if you see us uploading our podcast at the public library, approach with caution.
Yeah. We are in trouble.
That's where we're going to be, at the public library, uploading the podcast, moving forward.
It's going to be like Hackers 1998. We're going to have to get some rollerblades, some corn rolls, some circle sunglasses like Rozzy.
Yeah, you got to get that Jansport backpack.
Yeah, be running around.
If you're going to get the Jansport, get the dark purple. It works better at night. It disappears.
Ooh, so we disappear?
Dark purple's better than black at night.
You learned that from Duckwing Duck?
I'm not going to tell you where I learned that.
Darkwing Duck?
Darkwing Duck.
Uh-huh.
I don't know anything about that guy.
Neither do I. Hey, hand me a pen there, Shaggy.
So again, if you see us at the public library, don't be worried. We're on official business.
Right.
Stat official business.
It can't be helped. I'm gonna have.
We almost need a Ghostbuster siren for the rig when we roll up to the library, so people get out of our way because they know it's a hot topic emergency.
We got to use their free...
Not as in the store hot topic, but a hot topic emergency.
We got to use their free Wi-Fi in the parking lot.
So we're only going to upload from the parking lot.
Yeah, do it from our phone.
So we won't be spotted actually in the library itself.
Right.
Yeah. What about Starbucks? Don't they have free library Wi-Fi?
Do they?
Yeah, but I'm afraid somebody's going to steal the podcast.
You're not. They don't let.
They're going to interrupt the node.
They don't let people like you in there.
No, they don't.
You got too many tattoos.
Well, no. I actually blend in with the baristas.
They got tattoos?
Yes. And $400,000 education.
Yeah, but your tattoo's not a kitten drawing on a piece of paper.
Right, that's true.
So I don't know if that's gonna work.
It's not a bunch of scratch tattoos.
Yeah. That's not gonna work. No. I don't know about that.
They're like, oh, he's real. Don't let him in here. Yeah. What's your name? I'll be like, Boba Fett.
Did you? Yeah. Did you get those tattoos? You just gotta give
him a different name when you go in.
You got those tattoos in a real parlor. You're not allowed.
Yeah, I know. It's too high end.
You didn't do it in the back of a Honda Civic.
Right. I'm bourgeois.
Vintage. Yeah.
Right.
So, you can't have that. Listen, you know that the Isle of Man, have you ever seen that race?
Oh, the motorcycle race.
Yeah.
Dude, it's the deadliest race in the world.
I mean...
like 3 people die every year.
I mean, there's people that do like the meth race. It's a little faster, I guess. But yeah, sure, that race. Listen, I didn't know this, and I got to spit this out because it's been in my book for like fucking 3 months. Did you know that they have medics that follow them?
In ambulances?
No.
On motorcycles?
Yes.
Oh, I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
How do they keep from getting run over on the second lap? I mean, they're cruising behind all the racers.
That's a good question.
And by the time the pack gets... Dude, the medic gets to the finish line on the first lap, because they got to go around a couple times.
I think they're following.
Passes them?
I think they're following at speed.
Oh,
so yeah.
What happens if the medic wrecks?
Because the medic, I saw the picture. The medic bike is the same fucking bike they're racing on.
Oh Jesus!
And I'm like, homie, what happens when the medic goes down? Who calls that guy?
Maybe they have 2 or 3 medics. They're like,
Tracy?
Medic 1 is down. Medic 2, get on the track.
Right. There can't be too many guys lapping each other in that race, can there? I got to look that race up. It's pretty big.
Ew.
And you're going so fucking fast. Like, I can't imagine.
I think the average speed's like 130 or something ridiculous.
Easily, bro. That's
a 13.1 mile
Look
race,
that up on the Google modulator. You got a mini Palm. He's got this weird Palm computer. We don't know what these things are called. But anyways... No, I just didn't know that. I thought it was interesting because everybody sees those races. We've all seen at least one Isle of Man race.
Dude, that's such an incredibly crazy race.
I don't even know what we're talking about. I don't know why we get on this podcast every day and don't pretend like we're not a male podcast. I'm sitting here like, yeah, if you saw the motorcycle video once, like, of course, every male who we're talking to right now has fucking seen the Isle of Man races. And if you have Instagram at least once, you had to have come across it.
Maybe there's some ladies that listen to watch motorcycle racing.
Oh, absolutely. That part I wasn't discriminating about. I was talking about us.
Oh.
They're not watching us. No. They all spent their money to go to the actual race. They're like, right. you fucking chimps. You didn't know that? There's a medic bike there. Listen, my question is, do you have to be that good? Like how fast if you're doing 130 and you're in front.
Right.
Like when I follow you and we go on adventures, I don't go as fast as you. It's not happening.
Right.
You know, like is the guy, you know, you're doing 130. What am I doing? 95?
You got to be at least 100.
Really?
Otherwise,
you're going to pull away?
Yeah, you're going to pull away, and I'm going to show up 5 minutes late.
Right. What happened to him? He got thrown off the side. What happens if he gets thrown off the side of the island? Like he ends up in the water. That's got to be possible, right? In that area?
No,
somewhere?
I don't think.
No?
I don't think the
They're not
road
close enough to the water.
Yeah, they're not close enough to the water. I mean, that might cause a catastrophic capsizing of the island itself.
Right. Fucking senators. We have to check on that. Send some Marines over there.
Ask that senator.
Even it out.
We got to find that senator.
Fuck.
And by the way, I'm really still disappointed that we haven't put together our promotional video on how to save the island of Guam. I think that's a project that needs to be revisited.
Listen, we just lost 6 projects with this command center going down, so that might work now.
Yeah. Dude, we'll get lab coats a fish tank, and we'll get a styrofoam cutout of the island of Guam.
I don't, you know, listen.
And we'll show you how we can save it.
Some of our friends, including the evil kid, got me doing crazy stuff this summer. So I think we're good. I think we're good now.
Okay.
So now I'm like, hey, we're not going to rebuild the command center, but we could definitely do that.
Yes.
We don't have shit else to do.
All right. Sounds
fair.
fair.
We have nothing else to do. Except for I got to get to the gathering to find the real Joe Scally. No offense to you. I like you. And we're kind of friends. But
the real Joe Scally.
But I got to go find my man.
Maybe is he still at the gathering waiting for the next one?
Dude, he might be. He might be with them Woodalows.
Living in the woods with the Woodalows.
The Woodalows and the grunge billies or the gutter billies.
Oh, the gutter billies.
Are they real? If they're real, the Woodalows are there.
They've accepted them.
We're in big fucking trouble this year. We're in big fucking trouble.
Just bring him a jar of Faygo mixed with I don't know.
Should I hunt rare Faygo this year?
Oh, you can hunt rare Faygo, but maybe if you spiked it with some high end liquor.
Jesus. Listen, first of all, even if we had the money to budget high end liquor, we don't have the money to equate to counter those tolerances.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So like it's like, you know, you show up to the bar and
they're gonna be like, this is the best Faygo I've ever had.
Yeah.
And they're drinking 151 and grape Faygo.
Right. They're like, man, this is pretty. Is this Faygo light? Is this?
They're like,
how come
how come this Faygo doesn't have so many fizzies in it?
Right. Taste a little minty. Fuck. Fucking disgusting.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah, I don't know, man. Forget about it. Oh, well, Isle of Man medics. I can't believe that. I've never seen one. That's another thing, too.
Just to recap something that we talked about, a sidebar. Recap, you were saying?
They have sidecar.
Oh, they have Isle of Man sidecar racing.
We sent my man to check the speed, and he still didn't get it done.
He came up with another.
My man
Oh, it's 38 miles, not 13.
6
laps.
Right.
Super.
6 laps, super bike. Okay, 38 miles. 38 miles is 1 lap?
Yeah, 1 lap.
Oh, and they got to do it 6
times. So if they're doing it in 38 miles at 140 miles an hour, that's...
Dude, it's 13 minutes.
20-minute mile? Or 20-minute race?
I forgot. I think what's the average race time? Isn't it like 13 minutes or something?
For a lap?
No, for
Holy
the race.
Shit. Holy shit, for the whole race?
It's something crazy.
The average lap time is about 18 minutes.
18 minutes a lap time.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, bro.
I'm totally off on the numbers. Never asked me to fact check.
You scared the shit out of me again.
Never asked me to fact check.
I've seen you drive. I've seen the real Joe Scally drive. So I was concerned. I was like, damn dog. And I know we don't have a speedometer. So I was like.
We don't talk about it. I got that ballistic computer. I hold out the window to get wind speed to average the average.
I remember
speed
the first time we were hauling balls in like the middle of the night in your car, and you were like going lane to lane, and then you just looked over and you're like, and I don't know what speed we're going either, man. So just, I was like, what the fuck, dude? We've been on the freeway for like miles. How do you not know? This explains a lot.
You just wait till the vehicle gets a little shimmy in it.
Oh my God.
And then you know you're going pretty fast.
Oh my God. So they said 13 at 6. What is that? An hour? Fucking. Yeah, it's a little bit over an hour.
They said that this year they just reduced it to 4 laps.
The deaths.
Get the fuck out of it for the deaths.
2022 was the most dangerous year for the Isle.
They lost 6 people in 2022.
Dog, I thought you were joking earlier when you said they die every time.
Wow. Almost 300 beds dead since 1907 in this race. This is like Death Race 2000. the look on Tyler's face.
Oh,
Listen, when
bro,
you sign up
what?
for this, when you sign up for this race, you know you might not finish.
156.
Oh, and
Holy
156 standard practice.
shit! Oh, listen, I came up with
Listen, that's a baller race.
I came up with this. I came up with this theory today that goes along with this. You'll like this.
I love your theories.
Yeah, I have. So at first, when we were growing up doing the martial arts thing, you know, how people that don't do martial arts, the first thing is, isn't that dangerous? I'm like, well, listen. Mostly, I sit in my pajamas in a very air-conditioned mat, and a very nice young lady clotheslines me for about 40 minutes a day. So is it dangerous per se? I'm not thinking so. If you're a kind of dummy, yes, you could get hurt, right? So I was thinking about this. When you think about other things, like, for instance, the Isle of Man race,
right,
or BMXing and doing those stunt jumps, right? So in martial arts, you train for this one thing that you can't do, right? You can't punch anybody in the Adam's apple. So there's never like a go time. For these other sports, they're like, hey, I'm going to jump into a tank full of fuzzies for like, 6 weeks, 10, 12, 13, 14, whatever. And then they go and decide to do a 60-foot jump.
Right.
Over cars onto another thing, right? And I'm sitting here thinking like, so out of the quote unquote, air quotes, dangerous sports, martial arts is the least dangerous because you never actually do anything.
Oh.
You're always pretending
to do something.
But if you were like, again, a BMXer.
Unless you're that jiu-jitsu guy that tried to fight the judo guy and he just throws you around for 45 minutes
right.
like you're a rag doll.
Right. But even that guy he's winning because that other judo guy would have really just thrown him on the concrete. And it wouldn't have been 90 fucking throws, right?
Right.
He's
right,
like, here, land on your purple belt. but really think about it, right? Since we started riding, since we started doing stuff, since we started exploring other people's sports, okay? Here's another one. Here's a really weird one. That oil turkey wrestling.
What is that?
The oil wrestling in Turkey?
Oh.
Okay. I don't know the official name and I don't care.
Was it India or no, mud wrestling?
This was Turkey. This is Turkey.
Mud
this is
wrestling
full oil in Turkey.
Yeah.
Dude, they can put their hands down people's pants to grab them.
Oh.
Yes, I thought you would have seen these pictures.
I have not seen
And this
yet.
was, again, I was studying some different wrestling because I was studying the judo because we've been on the judo kick for a minute. So, you know me, I start to go read about whatever and I find this fucking thing and I'm like, homie, you guys are the worst jiu-jitsu guys. Because you said, if I can't get him to move, I'm going to shove my arm. And we're talking elbow deep, dog.
In a man's drawers.
Who's already all oiled up.
Oh.
And wearing they have special pants that are leather pants that go down to like mid-calf. You look like fucking Aladdin's brother. Right? You look like you're about to come around the corner and turn around and yell at Abu. Abu! Let's go, Abu.
Right.
You know? Abu, hit him in the... Listen, first of all, continue with that. I've never in my life been in a fight where I thought the idea was to shove my hand down the man's pants. That's never happened, dog.
Never come across.
That has never been an occurrence.
Listen, you could do the old hockey move where you pull the jersey over the guy's head.
Yeah. You're covering vision. You're stopping mobility. You're stopping the head.
Right.
You're stopping the arms. What the fuck do you get from throwing your arm down an ass crack?
You could reach around the front and grab a hold of the man's package and cripple him.
Okay, so that brings us to the second dirty part of these sports. There's no reach around sport ball grabbing in karate. So I just want to put that out there. But second of all, yes, you remember water polo? We've talked about this.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, water polo guys were like, yeah, we grab him under the water. I'm like, what'd you just say, dog? He's like, yeah, dude, the whole time I'm grabbing his wiener with my toes. And I'm like, homie, what the fuck did you just say? Did you just say this?
I was not aware that.
Yes.
I knew that they would underwater punching and all kinds of other rotten shit.
No. The first thing my little brother told me, he's a state champion water polo player. He was like, yeah, dog, I'll be jamming my feet and toes in dudes' water trunks. I'm like, homie, what'd you just say? He's like, yeah, bro. And if it's really good, I can hold myself up. I don't got to swim. I just floated off of this guy. I said, bro, you just told me use my man's crotch under his swimsuit.
As a rest.
Under his swimsuit. Yes, as a rest. Thank you.
As a rest.
As a rest.
I just stand on my man's junk the whole match.
Could you imagine? Listen, could you imagine you show up to Bud's and they're like, you got to hang out in this fucking thing and tread water. And then dudes are like, let me put my feet on you. Like, The fuck did you just say?
No, bro.
That's not.
No, bro. I'm all about being
So-
a team player, but not that. But not that team.
So like in my thought, I'm like, again, back to it, martial arts, and I want and listen, this is my circle, so I don't care if you're listening and you're a martial artist. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're sports pussy. That's what I deducted today. You know,
After 30 years of martial
well, I
arts,
still listen. I've been saying to people, right? They're
you're a
like,
slow learner.
no. I've always been convinced, but other people convinced me of otherwise, and I've full circle come around.
Gotcha.
Because when we were kids, they're like, well, I play, whatever. I don't know, pick another sport, like football, right? Like,
Right.
"Yeah, we play football." I'm like, what do you do in that sport? Oh, we hit each other. Yeah, I'm good on that. Like, you just
Listen,
run and chase the ball
Look,
like a
you
dog.
want an eye opener? Fuck your football. Watch rugby.
Oh, dude.
Beasts.
Did you know that I was on the phone the other night with a girl from Australia? Did you know that that they call rugby football there? I didn't know that.
What do they call soccer then?
Soccer. I know. That's what I said.
So
That's what I
so
said.
they broke with tradition from
yes,
England.
sir. Yes,
It's
sir.
not football.
Dude.
They call rugby football.
Dude. She was like, this is my football. I love this team. And it was the Eels. Shout out to this chick who I hung out with for like 36 hours. Really cool broad, and then just left. She was like, what? You're this? I'm leaving. I'm like, all right, well, I'll see
It's
ya.
got to be a local rugger team. It's
It
not,
is.
It's not a big one.
It is.
It's not a
yeah,
big
her,
team.
the one that she like, yeah. 100%. She's like, they're not very good. And I'm like, sounds like the Browns. And she's like, but I'll follow them to the death. And I'm like, sounds like the Browns. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, there are more Browns backer bars in the world than any
other bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
It's
weird.
It's crazy.
We
Even in Scotland.
Yeah, we have a friend. I have a close friend that I graduated with, and she travels the world with the sanitation department.
Okay.
And she sends us pictures all the time. She's like, hey, I'm at the Browns bar in Germany. Hey, I'm at the fucking Browns bar in fucking Iceland. Hey, I'm at the Browns bar in Alaska. And I'm like, that's wild. And she makes it a
Well, hold
habit
on,
to track it down everywhere she goes.
Hold on. We saw a taste of that.
From where?
We saw a taste of that in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
Here's a guy who's never
Yep.
left the state of West Virginia who happens to love the Cleveland Browns.
Absolutely.
And said he was following they're his favorite football team on the planet, and he's been following them since Jim Brown played.
Speaking of which, we need to send our man the gift.
Yeah,
It's been a minute. We should
Yeah.
send him something.
for sure.
But because he can't get Cleveland
Cleveland
birthed stuff
Right,
from there.
right.
So no, but I lost my train of thought. Other than martial artists are soft,
Oh, you came around
and
after 30
yeah.
something years.
Well, again, listening to other kids that listening to another
Rugby's
kid who's
tougher
like,
than
I'm playing
football."
rugby, football, this, that, the other. Pretty much everything's tougher than getting onto a mat in your pajamas and rolling around with a chick.
Okay,
I'm not trying to be mean.
you're keeping it real.
Jiu-jitsu really put it out there for us. They really shined the light on it. They said, look, you all are alcoholics and drug addicts, and we got problems. And now we know the martial arts community is just dog shit.
Dan Severin's about to show up to the studio next week.
Who?
Dan Severin, the Beast. Yeah.
Yeah, listen. Oh, and that's the other thing too. Don't even get
Do you
me
remember
started
that
on
match
that.
he did with
There-
that giant Japanese guy, and they just punched each other in the face for like
For
3
an
minutes?
hour? Yeah. They're in the corner.
Yeah.
You're talking about the Japanese guy with the bleached hair,
yeah,
huh?
Yeah.
Bro.
Dude,
Okay, so then let's go.
both
let's
those
talk-
guys have brain issues
Let's
now.
talk about that. Okay, so those people are the normal people that got into martial arts that are there for all other reasons.
Right.
That's all I'm going to say to that.
Okay, how about this? Let's go back in history.
Uh-oh.
Bare knuckle boxing matches
Sensei Seagal.
at like the 1800s, right?
Yep.
Would go like 180 rounds.
See, but that's from the time when it was just real
Boxing.
dog fighters fighting.
Right.
That was before you could pay for air conditioning, pay for a belt.
Where do you train?
was-
I train underneath the slaughterhouse in the
Right,
dungeon.
Right.
Like Rocky did when he was in Russia.
Yeah, the dude probably got done fucking slaughtering lambs and just went over to the other barn and started practicing. He's like, hey, Don said we could use the barn to get our training going now. So as soon as you clock out, just walk over.
Right.
Dude's
There's like-
slipping on the ground from the pig blood and shit, and he's just practicing. You're like,
It helps me with my footwork.
yeah.
Spread the pig's blood all over underneath.
Bro.
Add a little bit of grease and let me punch these slabs of beef like Rocky.
So bad. Listen, I don't want to say it because we're better than Joe Rogan, We're just behind.
It's just not his podcast.
Yeah, it's just not his podcast.
It's not.
We are better. It's horrible.
Yeah. By the way, do we still have any of those not Joe Rogan's podcast stickers?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've got at least a handful of them.
I'd like to thank the not Joe Rogan's podcast webpage that supported us.
Yeah, that supports us. Shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, dude. I mean, we're on a whole different crazy tangent. We did it. We went crazy. It's been a whole episode. And martial artists, you're all soft. All those dudes out there right now that are like just powerlifters are like, yeah, you fucking pathetic little girls, right? All the sanitation department guys listening are like, yeah, fuck those people.
It's all
Who
about
needs
functional
jujitsu?
strength.
Yeah. All the cops are like, yeah, duh, I have a gun. That's what they're all saying right now.
Dude, look,
Right.
I just every time
Kenobi's just nodding.
Right. Every
He's
time
just
I hear this conversation like this, all I think of is the first Indiana Jones movie where the guy at the end of the alley comes out with the big giant scimitar.
Yeah.
And he's swinging it
Yeah,
around.
and he blickies.
Dude, he pulls out his Webley, one times him, puts it away, and goes, all right, let's keep moving.
Let's get going. Oh. You had to update.
Yeah.
Listen, Walmart sells Faces of Death.
Oh, get out of here.
Swear, dude. Faces of Death DVDs in Walmart.
Oh, wow. Well,
How did that happen?
degeneracy.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
Well, because China had to supply it, right?
No, let me tell you. This is
Like,
how
who-
it happens.
Who did that?
This is how it happens. The way how did it, the fact that Walmart's selling it or it's still around?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think Walmart, we know why it's still around
Because people are so
weird.
desensitized.
They are fucked up. But that's what I'm saying. It is so desensitized that somebody in China started printing it on a DVD, put a fucking
It's the only thing that got by the tariffs.
right. Put a
Because you
number
can't
on
buy
it.
those high-end Gucci purses anymore.
No,
That they're like,
yeah.
oh,
From
by
China.
the way,
From China.
we use the cheapest materials and we do a really shitbag job.
Do not buy those. So yeah, I mean, and then they distribute it and they got on a list under Walmart as entertainment movie.
Whoa, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The computer.
It's like that time we found that third-party shop selling T-shirts on the Walmart website
Oh,
for
the
that
skinhead
band.
ones.
for that band.
Those
And we're like,
motherfuckers.
that's a white power
Yeah,
band,
white
Walmart.
power. We don't support white power here, boys.
But I was really shocked to see that white power.
Dude.
Jesus, that
Yeah.
Walmart was selling that.
white power stuff.
But
yeah.
they didn't realize because it was just a third-party seller.
Right. And I'm sure nobody's reported it.
No, not at all.
We're still working on Wikipedia. So
Yeah.
we don't have time to deal with Walmart's white power conglomerate today. We'll handle you motherfuckers when we see you outside.
Now, on a sidebar, did you see that Walmart whistleblower that came out and said Walmart's really a secret asset of the Department of Defense?
I don't doubt it.
And that Walmart's ordering system to order stuff for the store is the same system that the Department of Defense uses.
To launch missiles?
No, to order things throughout the military.
Oh.
And that Walmart's all over the world. And what it's really designed for is if there's something that happens in a place where there's a Walmart, Special Forces guys will go in there, shut it down, and they'll start ordering military items through the system to that Walmart.
Why would you not do that?
That's crazy.
Why more?
I mean, it's brilliant. The fact that somebody just whistleblowed on that.
Listen, dog, one of the greatest teams of all time was created in a bar in the middle of the night. So I don't even know why you're surprised, because I'm like, hold the phone. What did you just say? Like, I've been hearing all kinds of crazy shit.
And dude,
Stealing
by the
uniforms,
way, that
fake
story is the
units.
greatest story in the world.
It is.
My man's like, hey, I'm here to start a fighting force.
Uh-huh.
We can't pay you nothing, but we'll give you all the rum you can drink.
Dude.
Put your mark here. And they were like, and all the drunks in the bar were like, I'm in.
Yeah, we're here. God damn, dude. So.
Oh, I got something that was sent in by a listener.
Oh, yeah, go.
One of our number ones.
Yeah.
You know her.
Uh-oh, what's she doing?
Butters
probably told you, she was like, you ain't name drop me in 6 months, you better get on it.
Butters sent me a thing.
What did she
say? They opened up a new museum in Massillon, Ohio. It's a museum of haunted items that were used in crimes, mysterious objects, and all kinds of like spooky shit.
Okay.
And the museum has a restaurant, and on the menu, it's all the last meals of famous death row inmates.
Get the fuck out of here! And you order by the inmate's name.
Yep.
You're like, let me get you. Oh, hold on, I can't think of anything.
Let me get the John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah. Did
And
they execute Casey?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And I think it's fried chicken, strawberries, and some other weird shit.
No fucking way.
Yep. So,
bro, that is
and they serve it on prison trays.
That's fucked up, bro. That's fucked up. We trying to go down there though this summer.
So thanks to Butters for sending that across. She sends us some interesting stuff occasionally.
Yeah. You got, man.
We can't forget those listeners who help participate in the show.
They're still the same 9 listeners. That's why I love them.
Listen.
Hold
on. Butters also sent a there's a concert called Banjos and BigFoot 2.
Oh, where's that at?
Salt Fork State Park.
Is that in Ohio?
Yes. That's
Oh, we're going.
Salt Fork is a huge Bigfoot place.
We're going. When is that?
Here, I'll hand it to you because my eyes are not so good.
You killed it. Tell Butters we'll meet her there. Let's see here. I'm going to hand it to you because my eyes aren't so good. I'm going to hand it off to the next guy. Did that just happen? That just happened. So, let's move.
June 7th. Oh.
That's like next week.
God damn it. It's like next week.
Yeah, that's like next week, bro. What are we doing next weekend?
I got work.
That's literally next Saturday, dog.
Yeah.
I'll go by myself.
All right.
To check out the Butters thing.
Okay.
To make sure it's okay. So anyways, yeah, thank you for writing us.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, we have a note from another guy who left a comment, but I lost it.
It wasn't kill yourself?
After the rig went down. Listen, I'm pretty sure that I talked to our listener who tells us to kill ourselves.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. She, remember I told you she still listens?
That's the museum.
Remember I told you she still listens to the podcast? I'm pretty sure it's her.
Oh.
Shout out to you if you've been sending me those.
Oh, and by the way, Moriarty, you've been awfully quiet.
Yeah, dude. Horror museum featuring haunted objects, last meal restaurant coming to Ohio. Just wow.
Yeah.
What is wrong with humans? Listen, ask
all the women that are into murder shows. And you know what psychologists say about that? That's a red flag.
Are you fucking serious? Every broad I date is into murdering shows. Dude, that's not funny. Are you fucking serious?
Dude, that's psychologists
Get off the fucking radio. We're done.
Psychologists say that people who watch things nonstop about serial killers, murders, and crime is a huge red flag.
Oh, but we just wanted to be cops. That's not a red flag for us. We're the good guys.
Yeah, I guess I'm in a lot of trouble.
We're 97 seconds. We're getting out of here. The AI bot's fucking us. What is that? Is that somebody's panties again?
Butter sent me that too.
Sexy.
Why don't you read it?
Oh, sexy taxidermied rat underwear.
That's available for purchase.
My man, it's on a pair of Gucci fucking undies, bruh. No, that's the Good Charlotte logo, or what logo is that? That's like the Champagne Charlemagne logo or some shit.
No, that's just the...
No. Look at the gold logo next to the rat.
Oh, I lost
that little tiny logo next to the rat. That's a premier pair of panties right there. My man sewed a rat into. Dog, get off the fucking mic. We're done today. You're fucking worse than the old Joe Skelly. Get this fucking AI bot out of here. We're fucking done.
Oh, you're welcome.
That's a 28-minute episode. We are out of here.
Already.
I'm done with rat underwear. You got me fucked up.
Hold on.
Another
listener messaged me.
That's why those bitches all try to stab me.
Another listener messaged me and said they just watched Pig.
Oh, what'd they say? They like it?
They said to be continued in person. So I have to meet with this listener to have the conversation about the movie.
Was it Tommy?
No.
Because he hasn't watched that fucking movie because he knows it's the best movie he's ever made.
By the way, he did give our boy a compliment because he's coming out with a new movie where
Madden?
he plays John Madden.
Yeah.
And he looks
Did you send him that when I sent you the Madden thing?
No, he and I were talking about it.
Oh, okay.
And
he already knew?
He looks just like him.
Yeah,
it's
he does.
Insane.
He does. It's creepy.
Yeah. John Madden, the only guy who won't fly
and
anywhere.
And you never hear anything
bus.
bad about my man. Shout out to our boy.
Other than he has to take a bus everywhere
Nicky
he goes.
Cage. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Or John Madden or Nicky Cage?
Nicky Cage.
Yeah. No.
Oh, Madden's takes the bus. Yeah. That guy's... Yeah. I don't know nothing about him. I know there's a video game named after him. You know how many fucking years I walked around as a child hearing the word Madden and didn't even know what it was?
Oh.
People were like, yeah, we're going to get the new Madden. I'm like, what is that? Is that a car? Like, are you getting a bicycle? And then, like, you hear kids talk, yeah, I was playing Madden. I played Madden all night. I'm like, what is this game Madden? And then I found out, and I was like, you guys are fucking gay. Nobody cares about that game, bro.
It's
except for a bunch of preppy kids with curly hair. I don't know. Who's still playing Madden out there? Somebody send me a message
half
and
the
let me know.
world.
Not anybody we hang out with. I can't throw a rock and hit one friend that's got the game Madden. I'm just saying.
All right.
When we were kids, yes. But I'm saying, there's like adults out there that still play that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Why is it named Madden every year, though?
They just changed the year.
What? Oh, so they named it after my man, and then they just kept changing the year for fun?
Yeah.
Oh.
Madden 23, Madden 24, because
That's
they
smart.
update the game.
That's smart.
Yep. They update the
Very
stats, they
interesting.
update the game, they update the players.
Based
on the previous year's stats.
Right. So this is the Call of Duty version of that game.
Yes.
Like a football.
100%.
Wow. What a scam. What
Not to the people who play it.
No.
It's like the NHL game, right?
Yeah, I'm not saying the game is a scam in the fucking sense that like the game isn't fun. I'm sure the game is dope. I'm saying what a scam that you drop the fucking game every year knowing what do they add? 3 new rookies to a team a year or something
I don't know.
like that? Come on.
I don't know.
Come on. Like I just don't believe it.
Maybe
It's
they
a
find
scam.
out who threw games the previous year and they
shit.
add the game throwers
They
in.
you get a little reduction in your stats.
like you think you're gonna win this game and all of a sudden the game loses it for you.
Wow.
Because they're like, oh, so and so took a bribe this year.
Listen. How long? Speaking on that,
That would make the game entertaining.
speaking on that,
You're like, I was crushing them. How did I lose? I was ahead by 36 points.
speaking on that, if you can design the game to fight you that way as an opponent, you should be able to do what you're talking about.
Right.
Right? So now you've just got this shitty one teammate that you don't know which one is throwing you under. And then it'll be like to further that, right? You're like, you have to start paying the characters, and if you pay the wrong character and pay him more, he just keeps throwing shit down the drain.
I like it. And then you could have
That's fucked up.
halftime locker room fights.
That's fucked up.
Yeah,
And then it zooms into first person and you're boxing and shit. Like,
in the locker room.
wow.
That would be pretty dope.
Is this a boys podcast? I've been going over the notes. I'm like, dude, why am I always afraid that we're going to make some girl mad? I'm like, there's no girls listening to us except for Butters. Thank you, Butters. And a couple others that we're not going to name by name.
Right.
But we know you're out there.
Right.
And you're amazing.
Yes, you are.
And we love all 3 of you. I mean, literally, the female audience that we know listens makes up for
half the guys.
Let me try math this. It's like 40%.
Right.
And then so
I still want to know if we're getting any hits from Croatia since our boy put all our podcast stickers all over the Game of Thrones tour. Shout out to my man who took the podcast stickers to Croatia and laced the Game of Thrones tour with the Bays Boys podcast stickers.
Yeah.
And by the way, we have pictures of it.
Yeah.
To prove
pretty epic. It's pretty epic. All right, let's take us left into a new idea.
No, hold on.
Oh no, we're gonna.
I got
back
something
to
I got to talk about.
Is it about Steven Seagal?
No, it's not about Sensei Seagal, who will never come back to the States.
Yeah,
we already know that.
Well, he had his one chance with Kelly.
Yeah, he messed
that all up.
He had his chance with the CIA and apparently messed that up.
No. Remember, he invented how they stand.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you forgot.
And then
they didn't know what to do with the 1911.
Maybe he's got a warrant
along.
for killing all those chickens.
Those were prize fighting cocks.
Oh no, you didn't.
Those were prize fighting cocks.
Look, and if you don't believe us, my man
is a fucking cock killer.
He
is a slayer.
He's
of the
a
chicken.
cock slayer.
He is the Colonel's fucking reaper.
Listen.
Okay?
The one and only raid he did as a deputy sheriff, and he killed a whole bunch of chickens.
PETA was out there like,
they were protesting.
Out of here.
They were like,
him and his Japanese ways. We don't want it. And it was a big mess.
Big mess.
PR. He
was like PR nightmare for that sheriff's department.
Yeah. My man probably had to shave his ponytail just for that. They were like, you're gonna have to shave it to show them that you're human, bro.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to come down to the level. You're a god and you've just slain these cocks. You have to show the normal humans that you are not the cock slayer they think you are.
You know where he would have done better? He'd have done better in Cobb County, Georgia.
Why?
Because you ever watch Cops?
I used to.
Right. They were always in Cobb County, Georgia, right? Oh, always in Cobb County,
That's
Georgia.
racist as fuck.
No, but listen.
But true. But
always
probably
in Cobb
true.
County, Georgia, because Cobb County, Georgia happens to be the major thoroughfare from Miami up north.
That's fucked up.
Where they run all the drugs, right?
That's fucked up.
You imagine him pulling people over
Jesus.
down in Georgia. I see you don't have a white boken.
I see your comma's tied wrong. Let me show you how to do it. That don't impress me, though, the way you drive here.
Are your hands registered?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Sensei
started on
Seagal,
that.
you've fallen so far.
Oh, Sensei. I would not let you Ogoshi me ever now, my man.
Never.
And there's going to be no Urimi Nagis for you.
Listen, you know who probably would have been better than Sensei Seagal? Machete Man.
He would have taught us some real skills.
He would have.
At least like how to live outside
off
the
the land.
Yeah.
In Bigfoot country. You know, that's something else that dawned on me. Maybe that's why he had all those two machetes.
He's probably in on it.
Because
he's probably in on it, bro.
Bigfoot country.
He's a fucking familiar.
Oh.
You know those people exist.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, dog.
Yeah.
You know those people exist. This is how it happens, okay? A man's doing whatever. A man has a problem. A man fights another guy and then ends up killing that dude on the hill, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Bigfoot shows up and removes the body, and you an affiliate for life. And you just know. And then all of a sudden they show up, right? You're like eating in the diner, and like Mike from down the road comes up and he's like, I know you're in now. We'll never talk about this again. And then he just leaves.
And
you just know you're in the fucking Bigfoot cult. So if anybody comes in, and that's how they know.
So what you're saying is, if you ever get invited to the woods by that guy, don't go.
Right.
Don't go.
1,000%.
That's a hit.
Well, no, he won't invite you, bro. He's an affiliate, so he's a familiar. He has to tell you that they don't exist.
Oh.
He's like, you can't come up here, bro. There's no water.
Oh.
Yeah. There's no water.
So he was telling us there was no water because he didn't want us to come across
in breeding
the Bigfoot
season.
Oh, yeah, right.
They'll be like, hey, there's some water over that way. I'll watch your girl for you, right? And then Bigfoot makes them disappear, bro.
Well, I got you.
There's some real movies coming out that are going to show the real side of what's happening in the Bigfoot circuit.
Okay.
You know?
I'm intrigued by this.
Oh, it's scary.
Oh, holy crap. I totally forgot to tell you. Remember how we were talking about all the UFO whistleblowers, right?
Yeah.
David Grush and all these other people that came out.
Tom DeLonge. Yeah.
No, the one guy who said he was flying helicopters and he was picking up the UFOs and taking them to drop sites and shit like that.
Right.
And remember, I told you they formed an organization called Skywatcher, a civilian organization to look for UFOs.
Looking for signals, looking for blips in the.
So the guy who's the head of Skywatcher just did a 2.5 hour podcast with Jesse Michaels.
Okay.
And he describes the 9 types of UFOs that they've discovered. And he has video footage.
9 types.
9 different types. And he has video footage of them, and he tells you how they acquired the video footage and what they did to attract them to be able to film them.
Yeah, aliens don't want to come here because we're still eating booty hole. Bro, come on, dog. I mean, I'm sick of like fucking, I'm being dead serious. Come on, bro. Why aren't the aliens coming here?
They are here.
No, they're not. You know what we are to the aliens? You remember
ants.
that? You remember? Yeah, exactly. You remember that old Star Trek?
We're
it's
scary
not old
ants.
now.
We're scary ants because we have nuclear weapons.
Yeah, stupid ants.
Yeah.
You know the new Star Trek that they did with the new and newer ones, where the guy goes down and they're watching those people pray to the fucking whatever, and then they interact with them and save them, and by the end of the episode, they're praying to the ship.
Oh,
That's literally us, I think.
Yeah.
I'm starting to wonder.
Listen, you know that happened in World War II, right?
Star Trek came down?
No. So during World War II, there was a super remote island out in the South Pacific that had a tribe of people on it that had no contact with the modern world.
Right.
We put U.S. watchers on the island to look for Japanese planes and vessels and whatever.
They started worshiping the people?
Yeah. Dude, so they would fly in at night. They would light it. They had a makeshift runway and they'd light it with torches.
Right.
And they'd fly in supply planes, right?
Right.
To this day, this tribe of people lights the torches on the runway at night, waiting for their great gods to return.
And this is why I have a problem with history.
What? They teach you facts?
Yeah, but see, you don't know in your lifetime what's driven to be fact that isn't fact. That's the problem, right? So like today, and I'm going to use a very bad example.
All right, use a bad example.
But they could have started eating Tide Pods today, and then 100 years from now, they're like, they used to eat Tide Pods for health. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, they had a magical blue cleaner that if they put it in your blood, it would clean all your blood, and they believed that. And it's like, bro, we don't believe that shit. Imagine the doctor who was trying to fix, like, fucking Washington and shit, right? And they're like, you should leech him, and he's like, no, that's probably not a good idea. And he's like, no, you should. And they fucking almost kill him. And the guy's like, well, that's great. Now we're going to be written as history as like the biggest idiots, right? You know, and they are, you know, like,
well, listen,
come on, bro.
We look at old medicine as barbaric.
Right. And then they tell you to get a root canal.
But here's the fact. Realistically, not much has changed in medicine since the Civil War.
It's only been 20 fucking years that they said we should carry tourniquets.
Right?
Bro. I'm not even in the medical field. I don't even like the medical field. And I remember them when we were kids. They're like, you shouldn't have it. Never use a tourniquet. They might lose that arm.
Right.
They're going to die.
Right.
And now they're like, carry them everywhere, $30.
Yeah. So here's the crazy thing.
That's scary.
How far into the future is it now that people turn around and go, man, in 2025, medicine
idiots.
was barbaric.
Right.
Barbaric.
Listen, first of all, we're not going to get into this, and don't you fucking dare start talking about it, expanding on this. But it's your fault that makes me think we haven't left the medieval dark ages. Okay? They're like, put a little leech on his weenie. It's fine. What the fuck did you just say? We're going to get that right out of there. What'd you just say? Like, bro, root canals. Root canals. They did a movie on root canals. It's not, you can't even
watch it in the U.S.
That's correct.
Yeah.
You have to turn on a thing on that.
It's on Netflix, but you have to use a VPN.
That's right. They dropped it on Netflix and then got rid of it, and now you have to watch it somewhere else or some shit. And I'm like, oh.
About root canals and how bad they are for you.
And it's funny because every fucking time I go in, they're like, you should get a root canal. And I'm like, homie, why do you want to fuck me like that?
I told you what my dentist told me.
What?
So every time.
How they do it for the graduates?
Yeah.
Well, I know that part too. Yeah.
So long story short, when I first started as an adult, left the parents' house, blah, 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 started going to the dentist, the insurance I had American Dental Centers, and I'm going to dog them for this.
Yeah.
And every time I go into American Dental Centers, they're like, oh, you had tooth pain, you need a root canal. You need this, you need that.
Yeah.
So I allowed them to do it, but they did shitty work, and all those teeth split, and I had to get them all yoked out, right?
Right.
So finally, years later, I have tooth pain, and I'm like, fuck, another root canal. So I'm like, I'm not going back to American Dental Centers.
Fuck them. Yeah.
So I find my provider list, and I start calling. It's 2 days before a holiday. I start at the top, and I start calling down. And finally, somebody answers the phone. I say, hey, I'm having this pain. She goes, where do you live? I tell her. She goes, all right, come in right now. The doctor will see you. So I go see the doctor, right? He takes out that little thing where you push the buttons and it squirts water, you know?
And we extend
He blows cold water on it. He's like, does that hurt? I'm like, no. He blows hot air on it or hot water on it. He's like, does that hurt? I'm like, no. He goes, okay, bite on this transfer paper, right? He bites. He goes, oh, I know what your problem is. Your teeth have shifted, and now the points from the teeth on the top and bottom are hitting each other every time you bite. He goes, hold on, let me fix this. He takes out a Dremel and Dremels down some of the points. He goes, how's it feel now? I'm like, perfect. He goes, $25.
Right.
I said, what the fuck? I said, and I told him what happened. I was like, how do you find it? He goes, I'm sorry that happened to you. He goes, what happens when you go to places like American Dental Centers is all the doctors that work there are recent graduates, and they have hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt for their student loans.
Yep.
So they make everybody get a root canal to pay off their indebtedness faster, whether they need it or not.
That's horrible, bro.
He's like, don't go to those places.
That is horrible.
I said, well, how do you find a good dentist? He goes, you got to find a guy who's been in business for over 10 years and still likes coming to work.
Oof.
That's exactly what he told me. And by the way, this is the greatest dentist I've ever had, ever on this planet. Amazing dentist. I know your teeth are hurting you now.
Yeah, they are.
You're welcome.
No more of this talk.
All right.
Listen, I think that's enough for these guys. They don't need more.
No more for today.
No more for today.
Let's
scoot them and boot them. Thank you guys for checking in. Thank you for hanging out with me while I got to hang out with this fucking AI bot. It's fine.
Like, subscribe, ring the bell, tell your friends, your sisters, your cousins, your jail pen pal.
Yeah.
Because apparently they can listen to the podcast in jail too. I found
out.
Yeah,
and somebody.
I don't know how they're doing
listen,
it.
Somebody
Maybe they're going to the library and listening in the library.
Listen, somebody unsubscribed, so fuck you, guy. If you're listening right now, you could fuck yourself. Especially if you're still listening and you unsubscribed.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Give us a 5-star rating.
5-star rating.
And get everybody in San Quentin to write us a 5-star rating and a review.
Oh, shit.
Since you're listening in jail.
Dude, is it fucked up? I started calling those girls in jail to see if they
on
wanted
the
to listen.
JPay?
Yeah.
The JPay dating
I'm going to start
site?
calling those and recording it and just being like, will you listen to my podcast?
So during our next break, we're going to have to look up the 1-800-SURPRISE-JESUS phone number thing.
Wait a minute. Do you think that I can write random girls' mailboxes in jail? Because if we can, we're about to fucking get turned up.
I don't...
Dude, I never even thought about this. Can I do that?
I'm sure
can
you
I
can,
get,
but
do they
I don't
gotta,
know how you would...
Do they got a Tinder JPay thingy?
We saw the fucking illegal fucking things.
Yeah, but that's the one where you got to pay to fucking hang out with that broad. No, wait, do you? No.
No, they want you to put money on their books to talk to them.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I just want to talk to them a little bit so they can listen to my podcast. And help me find the real Joe Skelly.
Get them to spread it around.
Not that I don't like you, but
listen, because the last thing you want is a bunch of female felons showing up to the studio. As someone who may or may not have dated a felon,
how would that be any? Yeah, how would that be any fucking different than the parties we're having?
Oh, that's true.
All right, we're out of here. 97 seconds. Leave us a like, a rating. Tell your mom
5-star ratings.
Send me some titty pictures. I'll see you guys later. Bye.